Hey YouTube, coming at you with an Open Great League strategy that's an old strategy, but it was just really predominant in the Retro Cup we had. Because the Retro Cup, there was no Steel and no Fairy. So fast move damage team, triple dragon, double dragon plus Fairy, like some combo counter user really dominated the Retro Cup. So I wanted to see if that works in Great League. And the answer is kind of. With Great League, you're running into two options. So obviously, one, there's a ton more options to wall. So like Dragonair, I still think is one of the best fast move damage Pokemon because even in bad matchups, like against Steel and stuff like that, like outside of Fairy, even the Steel matchups are not bad. You actually do quite well against like Registeel and Bastion and stuff like that, Angler and stuff, right? So it's not actually terrible for Dragonair. But the Pokemon on the screen here, Ninetales and Toxicroak and Dragonair, what I like about these Pokemon is they all do the fast move damage, right? Dragon Breath, Counter, and Charm I'm running. So there will be times that you just fast move damage your opponent down. But all three of these Pokemon have options to... They get to their charge moves relatively quickly, right? Aqua Tail Body Slam is pretty quick for Dragon Breath. Mud Bomb, even Sludge Bomb's not bad. And then the Weather Ball for Charm. So they all get to charge moves pretty quickly. So it's a fast move damage team, but also has the ability to throw charge moves, right? So there's the first... Charms, Shocker, and then they come with the Lanturn. So Medicham, Lanturn, right? You have options on this team. And right off the bat, look, we can either grab shields, or what I like a lot is a lot of time they don't shield. And this is why I actually like these fast move damage teams with these Pokemon in particular, because a lot of the time you're going to see so many of these matchups where my opponent are left with like one or two shields because they go into this situation where like, oh, I don't need to. I'm a Lanturn. I'm super tanky. I don't need to shield a Body Slam from a Dragonair. And then it's like, yeah, well, I got 3 fast move damage Pokemon, so that is where the actual that's where the actual outcome damage is. Like that's where the damage is going to be. So Quay comes in. That is fine. I'm getting the Weather Ball off again. This will do good chip damage. Probably need to tricky now. So they do shield. I was going to say I probably got to get out of here because Toxicroak against Medicham is not a great matchup. I'm basically just sacrificing this at this point. Get a Mud Bomb off. So again, I'm going to grab a second shield or put this extremely low. Both are good scenarios. So I got the second shield. And now I just got a 2-shielded Ninetales. Easy shield here. And then I can Charm down and get to a Weather Ball or Psyshock to probably a Weather Ball because the Charm damage is going to do all the damage on the thing. Quag is very, very spammy. Shield up a Stone Edge there, so that's a good shield. And this is where that even though it's a fast move damage team, this is where those charge moves actually came into play here. Like I needed that Weather Ball to win this matchup. Altaria, obviously a great lead. I have 2 answers for this. Out comes a Vigoroth, and I have this hard answer right here. It looks like they're trying to build up to a Bulldoze. So I'll probably respect it. Yeah, even if it's just a Body Slam, it is a Bulldoze. So Bulldoze would have taken me out. But even if it's a Body Slam, like Toxicroak's pretty glassy. And the problem is like when you're running a double Shadow team plus Toxicroak, this team is real glassy. Let's see if they shield here or not. I would guess that they're not going to because they have no matchup against the Ninetales. But I should have just done the Mud Bomb there just to chip. Sky Tech will hurt. You'll live. And then it'll just depend on what's in the back here. And it is another... what? Double weak to Fairy. I don't need to throw a charge move. I do not need to throw a charge move here. The fast move damage is what's going to win me the game. So Ninetales, there's no point of throwing a charge move. Let's just get the damage here. Shield this because Foul Play would hurt. Yeah, Foul Play would hurt, and now just drag Charm down. So 2 shield flex by the wrong person, right? You get that a lot. I'm obviously getting a lot of great leads here. That's 3 great leads in a row with another good answer here. So the same thing. I would be surprised if they use a shield here. Okay, so they do use a shield. Maybe they're trying to flip switch because they can get double. Yeah, I would have to probably double shield here. I don't have to double shield, but yeah, I probably should double shield just so you have that like super hard alignment because they're gonna have back-to-back Body Slams, which is fine because I'm gonna get a Sludge Bomb out of this, right? So double shield this, counter all the way down, Dragonite comes back in, this Sludge is still going to hurt. If it was smart, they would just come in Dragonite and sacrifice it and then try and go one shield with whatever in the back, which I expect would be the strategy here. So just take this Sludge if they're smart. Not that my opponent's dumb, but this is a dumb play. I guess you can land a superpower here. And superpower Shadow on Shadow will hurt, so it's not completely dumb. And now they have a A9 in the back here. Not an A9, a Zoom Roll in the back here. So this charm damage plus Eye Shock. I don't know how I'm going to get out of this, though. I'm against a fairy. That's the only problem. I'm lined up with a fairy. Yeah, fairy that knows Ice Beam. Again, the Dragon Breath, resisted Dragon Breath damage is adding up. They're just way too far ahead on energy is the only problem. So they'll get to another move. But, like, look at that damage. Like, I picked that extremely low considering it's resisted Dragon Breath damage, right? They're just too far ahead on energy there. But it was actually a closer matchup than it should have been, quite honestly. If you think, like, objectively, it's just, like, the typings. But I guess Bubble's resisted, too, so they can only throw the charge moves that matter. When you're in this matchup, it's great. Unless they bait, because then they could probably go... can they get to an Earthquake? And they come in with the Owl. So I'm already out of move. Dragonair's not a bad matchup. And they let it go. Again, why would you... Again, you don't know what my back Pokemon is yet. Okay? They don't know what my back Pokemon is yet, so I can't fault them for just, like, letting this go immediately. If you see a Charm A Ninetales on the lead, and then you see some sort of counter user, Dragon Breath user, Smackdown user, something that's a fast move damage Pokemon, start shielding. Because realistically, it would be a really bad strategy to build a team of 2 fast move damage Pokemon and then like a bulky Pokemon. Just objectively, I don't think that makes sense. So I would, if you see like 2 fast move damage Pokemon, start shielding because they likely just have 3 fast move damage Pokemon. And again, another 2 shield flex there because they did not use the shield on the Owl when I had a Weather Ball, which was surprising, right? So it could be Energy Ball. I will shield. You gotta respect that. And they do, so it's probably just an easy farm down at this point. Oh no. Is this... I remember one team was like, is this the team that's double weak in the back to this? And they let it go. Again, like maybe you just know you're done there. No, they have a Nidoqueen. So I'm going to get this off, which will be probably grab a shield. They're probably going to go 2 shield Nidoqueen here. But then again, here comes this fast move damage. Although Toxicroak's resisted, so... Oh no, that hurts. I should have shielded that. Well, Poison's resisted too. Actually, now that I think about it. So they have to get off Nerf Power. And how much is left of the other Pokemon? Actually, I might counter down. Like, wow, this thing hits... Toxicroak is one of those Pokemon that, like, always surprises me when I use it. So that's unfortunate there. I do... I mean, that's fine. Because I don't think they'll get to another Poison move here. And I just took that out. Yeah, they're not going to get to another one. So Bastiodon, terrible lead. Dragonair's not bad. Toxicroak is obviously the best answer. Toxicroak Safe Swap should be met with something that beats it. Yeah. That is the only sort of problem. I mean, the good part is half poison neutralizes a lot of those, and I grabbed a shield, so that's okay. The poison typing neutralizes a lot of the issues you get with Toxicroak, right? Because if you're against something that's weak to fighting, they're going to try and come at you with something that's counters a fighter, which they could come in with like Ghost or something like that, right? But at least you have like the poison typing there to get a little more creative and hit decently. So they power punch 3 times. Let's see if I let this go or shield. It's just a 4th power punch with, again, those add up. So now 2 shielded Dragonair. We got to try and run this. The problem is that's going to add up. Shadow Vic. Let's get this out of here immediately. Do not want to take any more damage here. And you know what? I think I think Dragonair with 2 shields. I'm pretty low though. They might smack me down before I get to a multiple moves. Yeah, they're gonna smack me down before, especially when you don't know how to time properly. I don't think I could have got to a second one even with proper timing there. Yeah, and that's the problem with this team is you are also somewhat weak to just like other like output damaging Pokemon. Because you're pretty glassy, all 3 of these. Not super glassy, but you're like Toxicroak's pretty glassy. Ninetales and Dragonair are not super glassy, but not like bulky Pokemon in any sense. And with these fast moves teams, you're like generally using shields pretty early. And now stuff like this, like they could shield and get a second one off. That's what I would probably do if I were them. Yeah, that's what I would do if I were them too. And I'll probably just shield back, keep switch, get some more charm damage on whatever in the back. A Swampert, so I'm definitely going to stay in here because Dragonair has a good matchup and Toxicroak has a terrible matchup. Grab the last shield. This is good. Hydro is not going to take me out. Look at that. Hydro hurt. Will not take me out. But that fast move damage there. Get the body slam off, and then I can just counter down. Because Mud Bomb, even though super effective against Toxicroak, if I remember, does not take me out. Because the counters are resisted. It takes me super low, but if I remember, it does not take me out. Yeah, just short. And now I have a move coming out too, and they are not having any of it. This is probably one of the last battles. Let's see. Yeah. Last battle. Come with the Reggie. Focus Blast is going to hurt. Or no, not Focus Blast. Zap Cannon is going to hurt. I assume they will throw Zap Cannon, which makes sense. Lower my attack. That's fine. Counter damage is going to add up. Coming with the medicham, but I can sludge it and chip it a ton, which I expect no shield from them here, which again always benefits you whenever you throw a move resisted, lowered attack. If they don't shield, it's always a benefit to you. Always a benefit when you run those teams. So look at that. I grabbed a huge chip damage. Now they're probably gonna have to shield because this will like take them out. Yeah, so you did grab 1 shield back. They're gonna be loaded with energy, which is fine. Because they're now within like 2 charm range. So Toxicroak like just sweeping up here. Psychic, just full out, take me out. It could be a second. Yeah, I was about to say it could be a second Psychic. You'll live. Emolga comes in, which this will do a ton of damage. So I expect a shield, and then Dragon Breath and Body Slam for the win here. Just have to shield up in acrobatics. Look at that Dragon Breath damage, adding up so quick on Emolga. They will shield, but at this point, they're now probably within Body Slam range, and they don't want to take it. So they are out of here. So fast move damage team. Is there any other fast move damage Pokemon that you could use instead? Because like the question is like, why don't you just use Medicham, which is also a counter user, but a million times better? You can. I just wanted to try a new Pokemon. I'm just looking at the rankings. Carbank with Rock Throw now. Again, Rock Throw is a hard hitting move, but so yeah, your counter user, anything that's a counter user is a good fast move damage. Charm users, obviously. Dragon Breath are one of the best ones. So those are the 3 sort of off the top of my head. Again, Smackdown. Yeah, Smackdown Bastiodon, Razor Leafers, right? Smackdown double Grass Hole. Grass Hole in itself is the epitome of ABB, but is also full fast move damage team. I'm just looking through these other moves. I think those are the main ones on yeah, I think those are the main ones. I'm at like Bug Bite. No, Bug Bite is not enough fast move damage. There's kind of like some niche ones like Bug Bite, Shadow Claw. Like those moves do add up. They're not like a fast move damage team, but like those moves add up. Poison Jab. Poison Jab is one that I could argue too. It's I don't think it's as oppressive as like these moves are, but you know, Poison Jab does add up quite a lot there too. So those would be the main ones I would be looking at if you want to do some sort of fast move damage team. Volt Switch, not the same. But that's it. Anyways, that's a strategy. If you want to go like a different strategy as opposed to everything else I put out, that's the thing, right? Like there's so many different strategies in Go Battle League how you want to do a team. Fast move damage, there's charge move damage. Like anytime I want to do a charge move damage team, you got like Swampert, almost has to be like a must. And then maybe we'll go through a charge move team later. Togedemaru with wild charges, stuff like that, right? You can just do balanced teams. You can do a mix and match of charge move damage with like fast move damage to a certain extent. You can do like, I like balanced teams with like good charge move pressure and like bulky Pokemon to like absorb. So if I'm running Swampert, I want to try to run like a bulky Pokemon that can just like, I can throw a bunch of Hydros and then the bulky Pokemon absorb so I can come back in with Swampert again, sort of thing. So just depends on the strategy you want to run. Anyways, that is it. Appreciate you watching. Let me know in the comments below. I don't know. Let me know whatever you want. Say hi. I usually read the comments and respond. That's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.